All right, let's get into it. Today, we're diving headfirst into the high desert of New Mexico. It's a land of huge open skies and, well, even bigger secrets. We're going to unravel a story that kicks off with a mysterious crash, but then you'll see it stretches back across thousands of years, connecting ancient peoples with the dawn of the atomic age.
So let's just jump right in with a big one. The question that really started one of the greatest, most enduring UFO controversies in history. It's a question that for a whole lot of people has never ever been properly answered.
You know, to really get what's going on with the Roswell incident, we have to go back. We have to rewind the clock to a few chaotic days in the summer of 1947 that, honestly, changed everything. So check this out. It all starts when a local rancher stumbles upon a field just littered with debris he can't identify. The military comes in, they take a look, and the local newspaper drops an absolute bombshell of a headline. Rhea Aft captures flying saucer. Game over, right? Nope. Almost immediately, like within 24 hours, the story is shut down. The new official explanation? Oh, that was just a weather balloon. And this is where, for a lot of people, the official story just completely falls apart. You have to understand, the 509th Bomb Group wasn't just some random airbase. These guys were the tip of the spear, the most elite, advanced air group on the entire planet. They were the only ones trusted with the atomic bomb. So the idea that these highly trained experts would mistake a regular old weather balloon for some kind of alien ship, well, it seems a little ridiculous, doesn't it? For many, this is it. This is the moment the UFO cover-up truly began. So, for more than 30 years, nothing. The story just vanished. The world moved on. But then, witnesses, people who were actually there, started coming forward. And the picture they painted was completely different from the whole weather balloon story. Major Jesse Marshall. He was the intelligence officer, the first military guy sent out to the crash site. According to his family, what he saw out there shook him to his core. So much so that he actually brought some of the debris home with him. He believed it was something that would change the world, and he wanted his family to see it, to be part of history. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Look at the difference here. On one side, you have his family's story, a bizarre, thin metal that you could crumple up into a ball, and it would just spring back into its original shape without a single crease. A memory metal. But then you have the official press photo. Look at what Major Marcel is holding. It looks like foil. And look at his face. He's not even looking at the camera. He's looking up, almost like he's being coached, forced to play along. But in that exact same press photo, there was something else, a clue, hidden right there in plain sight that nobody noticed for decades. General Roger Ramey, the guy who's pushing the weather balloon story, he's holding a memo. And for years, it was just a blur. But with modern technology, we can actually read some of it. And when they finally cleaned up the image, wow. The memo seems to tell the real story. You've got phrases like victims of the wreck and a disc. It flatly contradicts the weather balloon story. It sounds like they not only recovered a craft, but its occupants too, and that they were being shipped somewhere else. This might just be the smoking gun. Okay. So if there was this huge cover-up, this mad dash to clean up an alien crash site, you have to wonder, right? In all that chaos, is it possible they missed a few pieces? Did any real physical evidence actually make it out? Well, fast forward almost 50 years. Out of the blue, a strange package shows up at the studio of the famous paranormal radio host Art Bell. Inside are these small metal fragments and a letter. The letter is from a man who claims his grandfather was on one of the crash recovery teams and had secretly kept these pieces. And just like that, a whole new scientific investigation kicks off. So they put this stuff under a microscope, and the results were just bizarre. The material was this weird laminate of bismuth and magnesium zinc, layered together at a level so thin it was almost microscopic. The experts who looked at it basically said, this shouldn't exist. This kind of layered structure, a metamaterial, was way beyond anything we could have engineered in the 1940s. And this quote from one of the investigators just says it all, doesn't it? We are presently analyzing metamaterials that we did not make. The implication is clear. If we didn't make it, who did? Okay, but here's where the story takes a really fascinating turn, because this whole mystery in the New Mexico desert, it might not have started in 1947 at all. To really get the full picture, we might have to go back way, way further back. in the exact same part of the world. Just a stone's throw from Roswell, you've got Chaco Canyon. This was the heart of an incredibly sophisticated civilization 1,000 years ago. The Anasazi people built these massive, complex cities that were perfectly aligned with the stars and planets. They had a seriously advanced understanding of astronomy and engineering that still baffles us today. So where did all this knowledge come from? Well, if you check their own legends, they say it was a gift from the star people. And their rock art seems to tell the same story. You can find petroglyphs of these strange figures holding what sure looks like a galaxy, or another carving of a being with antennae floating above everyone else. The Hopi, who are descendants of the Anasazi, tell stories of ant people who helped humanity, and they called them the Anunnaki. And this brings us to our final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it might be the most mind-bending connection of all. The story is about to come full circle, right back to the 1940s, tying the most powerful weapon humanity has ever created to one of our most ancient sacred books. Think about this for a second. Just 2 years before the Roswell crash, and only a short drive away at White Sands, humanity entered the atomic age. The Trinity test unleashed a force this planet had never seen before, and it changed the world forever. And in that incredible moment, as he watched that first mushroom cloud rise over the desert, the bomb's creator, Dr. Robert Oppenheimer, didn't reach for the language of science to describe what he'd done. He reached for something ancient. He quoted a line from a Hindu scripture, the Mahabharata. And this is the kicker. When you read the description in that ancient text of a weapon called the Brahma weapon, it's chilling. It talks about an explosion brighter than 1,000 suns, about firestorms that burn up the trees. But the most specific, terrifying part, it says that for the survivors, their hair and nails fell out. That isn't just a description of a big bomb. It's a perfect description of acute radiation poisoning, of nuclear fallout. So you step back and look at the whole picture. A weird crash in 1947, mysterious metal that science can't explain, ancient legends of people from the stars, and a sacred book that seems to describe nuclear war thousands of years ago, all happening in the same small patch of desert? Are these all just massive coincidences, or are they all connected chapters in one single, incredible, and still unexplained story? The sources definitely suggest a pattern, but in the end, the conclusion is up to you.